Resident Evil. Brought to you by Shinji Mikami, who at that time worked for Capcom. He's the famous game designer. Now, today I want to speak to you guys about The Evil Within, coming out on the 29th of the 8th of this year. So, a couple months away. Really excited about this game. I do want to give my opinion on this. Firstly, it is, as they're advertising it and promoting it, the possible revival of the survival horror genre. Now, those of you old enough, and when I say old enough, you need to have at least been gaming since the PS1 era. There was a little bit left over in the PS2 era. By the time PS3 came out, we didn't have anything. Okay, now I'm talking real survival horror. Okay, I'm not talking about Dead Space. Okay, that game, yeah, it has little moments. You generally felt a little bit uncomfortable, and sometimes you go, oh, just a little bit of a scare. That is not survival horror. That's survival horror, a little actiony. If you played back in the day Resident Evil or Silent Hill, you got scared. Man, if you were young enough, you even got nightmares over that stuff. Playing that game in the dark was a challenge, and an absolute masterpiece. All the horror games from that time period was fantastic. And unfortunately, what happened with all things, we progressed, graphics got prettier, budgets got bigger, and then it got harder to convince producers and publishers that the genre is still relevant. It's a lot easier to bring out your Call of Duty game, your action type game. It's a lot easier to make that work and get sales than it is to make a survival horror game that's good, because you have a lot more balancing. You can't make it too scary because then people aren't enjoying the game. You can't make it too easy because then you're not going to be scared. You have to be scarce with the ammo without overdoing it, because you do want a feeling of satisfaction. You want it to feel that you don't want to waste those bullets. I remember playing Resident Evil 2 was my first one, and I would never sit there and just shoot 2 times at the wall. You're thinking, what's 2 bullets? In Resident Evil, that was everything. You never wasted a bullet, and it felt so wonderful. The console restrictions at the time also made it even better. We had the pre-rendered backgrounds, which back then for us was like photorealistic. It's like, oh my god, can the game look this good? The sound effects were fantastic as well. If you were running down an alleyway, you would hear each individual footstep pounding against the ground. Now, the same designer that gave us that is bringing The Evil Within. This has to do well. If this doesn't do well, see, all the big companies, including Capcom, are looking out for this. Everyone is looking out for this. This is a make it or break it. If it makes it, we're going to finally see proper horror games, okay? Which would be the best thing ever. Action games, fine. Keep them aside. Don't mix action and horror, because then it's neither. Okay? I want to play a really good graphic game where I'm scared, where I'm pressed up against the wall, where I'm not confident enough to go against the enemy. And say I do have the ammunition for it. I want to be able to have to make a judgment. Do I use up my ammunition to take him down? Or do I save it because you don't know what's next around the corner? How can I explain this to those of you that are not familiar with proper survival horror games? It's a different experience of gaming. It's like I grew up, playing the 2D games, and then when we entered the 3D era, I started playing my favourite racing games, my favourite fighting games, my favourite platforming games in 3D. I thought I knew everything that gaming had to offer. And then my mate brings me over to his house and it's like, hey, I got this really scary game I've been playing. It's been keeping me up at night, and being a guy, I teased him so much. I'm like, a game made you scared? Thinking, wow, my friend's soft. Like, my goodness. And then I went there and played it with him in the dark, and I thought, wow, this is actually scary, And it makes more of a cinematic experience as well, because there's more of an emphasis on the environment, on the sounds, the story is often, you know, in the shadows as well. You never quite know what's going on. It's like, why are there zombies here? You know, how do I get here? What's going on? How do I get out of here? You generally feel sorry for the players. Now, Evil Within, hopefully we'll bring that back. I'll be getting the PC version specifically because I want to enjoy the game at its fullest graphics. Now, personally, if anyone can do it, I think he can. You know, if he could do Resident Evil, he can do this, you know? And hey, Capcom, I hope he does well. Because when you guys were younger, you released fantastic games and you knew how to find talent. And then as you got bigger and your ego's inflated or something, you let go of all the talent. You let go of the Resident Evil creator. You let go of the Mega Man creator. You've let go of so many things and you milk something. Resident Evil isn't even scary anymore, you know? It's horrible. I've actually given up on you guys, you know? I liked Resident Evil and Capcom because of the Resident Evil series. It was just so mature and so refined. It was a thing of beauty. You played it and then you're like, alright, I'm good. Now I've experienced everything that gaming has to offer. You know, work of art, people, come on. If a video game can make you scared, and I'm not talking cheap scare tactics like Slender. You're walking in a forest, oh, he's there, you know. We're saying you're generally uncomfortable every step you take. Will this game live up to that hype? Who knows, but I'm a survival horror fan, so for my sake, and for many other people that I know have desperately missed these games, and Silent Hill series and all that, I really, truly hope this does well. When this game comes out, I'll be pre-ordering it. I have to get my hands on this. I'm gonna make myself love it. Okay, now I'll be more honest than that. If the game's bad, I will actually say it. But I don't know, the Team Tango, is it Tango? I need to get back to you on that. I forgot what the name of his company is, but yeah, you know what do you guys think? Is there any old Resident Evil and Silent Hill fans watching this video? Are you excited for this? Are you waiting for it? Did you get so excited when you first heard about the Evil Within? You're like, you know, maybe it won't live up to the hype. And then when you found out that Shinji Mikami is directing it, passionately, did that change everything for you? Because that's what did it for me. When I first saw the screenshots, I thought, yeah, you know, what's the bet this is going to be action like? You know, like, it looks good, but that Shinji Mikami, whoa, wait. I just changed anything. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. You've been watching Gamers Treehouse. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, especially the comment bit. The whole point of these videos is to generate conversation with other gamers. I'm a gamer, I want to connect with you guys. If you've been watching this video, you're obviously interested in the topic, so let me know what you think below, and yeah, go play a game.